Hello and welcome to Lesson 7-1. Today we're going to look at solving two-step equations. So our objectives are going to be to learn to solve two-step equations. So we're going to move up from the one-step equations that we've been working on, and then we're going to use the two-step equations to solve some problems. Now to start out with, we're going to review our order of operations. If you recall, we have what we call PEMDAS, which means that this is the order in which we have to do operations if we are going to simplify a given equation. And remember, this means that we're doing parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. So PEMDAS. Now, when we are solving two-step equations, what we have to do is we're going to kind of reverse those order of operations. We have to undo the addition and subtraction first, and then we're going to undo any multiplication or division. So we are ultimately reversing the order of the PEMDAS that we were taught to solve for. So to solve, we use the PEMDAS. To unsolve or to undo, we have to go in the reverse order. Okay, so when we are solving two-step equations, however, our main goal is still to isolate the variable. So when we're all said and done with a problem, we should have something like x equals some number. Let's take look at a few examples here. So for example 1, it says to solve 3n minus 6 equals 15. So here, what I'm going to do is ultimately I have to get the variable piece by itself. So in this case, this is my variable piece. So in order to get the piece by itself, I have to undo the other stuff that's attached to it, which in this case, I'm subtracting 6. So to undo the subtraction, I'm going to add 6 to both sides, and this is going to give me 3n equals 21. Now, if you notice, I still do not have my n value or variable by itself. So I have to go one more step now, and that's really 3 times n. So that means I have to divide in order to undo the multiplication. So if I divide both sides by 3, now I have n equals 7. So initially I undid my subtraction first, and then I went and I undid my multiplication. Let's look at another example here. Example 2 says to solve t divided by 4 minus 10 equals negative 6. So again, I'm going to start out by getting the variable piece by itself. So in this case, I have t divided by 4. I need to get that by itself before I can go ahead and solve for t. So to do that, I need to undo the subtraction of 10, and I undo subtraction with addition. So I add both sides, or add 10 to both sides. This is going to give me t divided by 4 equals negative 6 plus 10 will give me a positive 4. Okay, now I need to address the issue that t is being divided by 4. So to undo division, I'm going to have to multiply both sides by 4. And when I do that, my 4's are going to cancel, and that leaves me with t on the left, and 4 times 4 is 16. So I have t equals 16. Now keep in mind, you can always plug this back in, so this would give me 16 divided by 4 minus 10. Okay, if I do follow order of operations to solve this, 16 divided by 4 is really 4, and I'm left with 4 minus 10, which is really a negative 6. So that means I did that correctly. Please pause the video real quick and try example number 3 on your own. Now to solve example number 3, I am going to undo my addition first. So I'm going to subtract 11 from both sides. This is going to leave me with 9g is equal to a negative 9. Now I have to get g by itself, and I'm going to undo the multiplication of 9 and g. So I'm going to undo that by dividing both sides by 9. My 9's are going to cancel out, and I'm going to be left with g is equal to a negative 1. Although there's a little twist to this one from example 2, Please try example 4 on your own and then start playing the video once you've completed that. So for example 4, again, we want to get the variable piece by itself. So here's my variable piece. I have to undo this -9. Well, -9 really means that to undo that negative, I really have to add 9. So I'm going to add 9 to undo the -9. So when I add 9 to both sides, this leaves me with, please remember to bring that negative sign down. So I have -y divided by 7 equals -12 plus 9 is going to give us a -3. And now I need to get y by itself. So y is being divided by a -7. So if I multiply both sides by a -7 over 1, my -7s are going to cancel, or my negative is going to become a positive. So that's going to leave me with y equals -3 times a -7 will give me a positive 21. And again, this one might not be a bad one to double check because we do have so many negatives. So I have -9 minus y, which we said was 21, divided by 7. So this is going to give me -9 minus 3. And -9 minus 3, remember this really becomes plus a negative. So when I do that, I end up with a -12. So that tells me I was correct. Now this is our last example for lesson 7-1. Please let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, you guys have a great day.